Okay, for 2 minutes, you are basically a teenager dog boy right now. It seems like he did that purely for spite.
This is like Pathfinder, where every round is 6 seconds. Yeah, that's 20 rounds of him being stuck as a dog.
Aiden's gonna take a quick glance at himself, pat himself down, take notice of the ears, and he just mumbles, "You know, I really am gonna break those fingers."
By the way, no one can see him right now. I don't think. Prava could probably go, what the fuck? What just happened? Where did
Kind of like
Doctor go?
leaning around to the left, like, what's going on over? Oh my god, he's so cute.
By the way, Thiveron, I do like that you knew exactly what I was doing with that.
Yeah.
Technomancer has some pretty sweet spells.
Brother, support me, I'm smaller than you. Brother, woof!
Right, let's see. With Prava, these two, one is going to attempt to punch you, which is only +2. Oh, does he hit you AC?
Sure does.
And he
My
only has
physical's
this.
15 and my energy's 14, so...
He's like, aha! Douche! Clocks you around the jaw. Meanwhile, this sniper backs up. You can, if you have melee, you can attempt to do something.
I do not have a melee weapon of any kind, so... I mean, I guess I do have that knife, but it's probably, like, in my chest, not equipped, so...
And he's essentially preparing his rifle. Okay, so Kuzon, behind you, the dude's gun it just explodes and the flares go everywhere. He's like, oh god! These guys are not having fun. Prava.
Your equipment sucks!
I enter into Positron Attunement. I activate my Plasma Sheath ability to make my gun do fire damage. And I take a shot at this lad.
This guy doesn't have real unarmed training, so he can't exactly do anything to you. Is there anything else you want to do?
Just want to point out, we came here to talk, not to fight. This is on you.
This is totally on you. Thiveron.
Now, if he's invisible, I can still smell and hear him, by the way. I can directly observe him through that because I have blind sight rather than blind sense.
Mm-hmm.
So do I know where he's at?
He seems to be around about, well, he's there, but up.
It's going to be a +3 bonus to hit, but because he's outside of one range increment, it's only +1.
All right, then.
A 10.
So it's like, whoosh.
And I stare in his direction, menacingly. And then I open my hand and I snap my fingers and my spear teleports back into my
Ooh, badass. Just,
and then I just say, your tricks don't work on me.
by the way, you can probably tell that he's getting further away, so he's clearly planning on leaving. Aiden, it's your turn.
So, I'm like trying to be intimidating and I'm like, wait, don't go.
Yeah, it's like, I was leaving anyway, fine.
Did I manage to see, because I can hear what Thiveron just said, like, can I see the general direction of where that spear was being thrown?
In the air somewhere.
Aiden's contemplating just chucking a grenade up there because he's pissed, but that's probably a bad idea.
To time it. You're lucky that everyone can't see you as a little shooter animal boy. Where the fuck did this spell even come from?
Do I smell Aiden, but with fur?
Yeah, you smelled Aiden dog.
I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna pop from behind the smoke and fuck up this guy's day with my combat knife. Non-lethally, of course.
With my combat knife, not lethally.
I'm gonna assume the trick attack didn't work. And you did mention that I'd be at a -2, so that's 14.
14, given his current state and 0 weapons, that does hit.
11 damage. I just bop him on the back of the head with the handle. Bam!
The end of your knife. Goosh, you growl. By the way, Prava, you can see the small dog Aiden now. Kuzon.
Prava,
snap a
turn
quick
off the
picture of it.
cameras. Woof.
Yeah, because if you look towards him, it just like records him.
I mean, if it helps, it'll make it so that you're not as easy to identify in photos.
Yeah, this
No, it was
Yeah,
the,
but
it
the
was
people,
dog
the
person.
people close to me are gonna see this and they're never gonna forget it.
I like to imagine that like Marana and people back at Zero Risk are like watching this live.
Prava, turn off the cameras. Woof.
I am going to movement. You see, like Kuzon's like goggles and eyes lock on this guy, and I'm gonna whip around with the gun again.
Woof, woof.
I hit once at least.
Yep, you did, and you hit that dude. 4. God, these guys are looking beaten up. If you just hang on, I'm gonna actually do like a test.
This is the only thing I can shoot them with that's non-lethal. Because if I used any of my weapons, I would just kill them.
Okay, so they all of them completely failed any will saves, and they are going to be trying to run. Do you guys stop them?
Absolutely not. At least I don't.
So is he just like backing off and running away?
Yeah, they're all
Oh,
just running.
Ash, if that guy wants to run away that's next to me, I'm just gonna bonk him again.
Well, okay, I let the normal guys run away, but I'm not gonna let the doctor run away. How far away is he from Prava right now in the air?
Doctor? Oh, you don't know. You can't see him. He's
I have
invisible.
racial
never
blind
mind.
sense up to 30 feet, so if he's in 30 feet of me, I can't.
No, he's not within 30 feet.
So
He was 45 away from Thiveron before he moved up. The doctor's already... And sadly, you miss Aiden. You're like, woof, woof, damn it.
I'm gonna Kuzon. I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna look at the crowd. It's like, see that, everybody? Everybody's going home.
Yeah, they're all just running away by this point. The barrier, I'm just going to say, it's like the barrier has already collapsed and everything. Everybody's just running. So, holy shit, run away! Everybody run! Where did Bob go? He left before the battle even fucking started. Yeah, they're all running.
Alright, well, we have no business with them. We're here to speak to the major, so they can all and piss off. So these doors in front of us are sealed, you already said? Yeah, they're like locked shut tight?
Yep.
Kuzon just like takes the front facing camera of this mech. He does the thing where like you pull your eyes over somebody, you pull your hand over somebody's eyes to close them, but it's just over the camera.
No.
I'll be
Acquiesco and passe.
back.
I'll be back, baby. The best thing is that this is all being done while all the security and all the people that could try stopping it are currently busy.
Now, when we die an awful, terrible death, at least there'll be a bunch of people watching it. They won't have any trouble identifying the bodies.
Right,
So-
so Ash, you mentioned, you asked us if we're going inside the Crucible, and yes, we are after exactly 2 minutes when I'm back to normal. And not a second sooner.
Well, after you remove the gun as well, so you got about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly tell them.
Soon enough.
I don't know about these doors, guys, but on the side entrances in one of the maintenance tunnels, I saw some doors that lead further inside the Crucible.
Yeah, I saw a door over on the west side as well.
There we go. I'm gonna bring you in.
I'm gonna assume that my clones at this point have dispersed as well, so
Yes.
there goes that thing.
As you walk through the corridors of Crucible, you can see massive machines designed to create not only the smallest and most intricate of devices, but also the largest and most powerful starships. It truly is a wondrous place, but it has fallen silent. No longer does the android occupants work this area. There's no air around this area, in fact. Your suits are able to keep such things at bay with a small supply of air, but it's horribly silent. And
This place is probably like super top secret, yeah.
everybody knows about the crucibles, but it's just, they're highly prized. Like no one would mess with them because this is where your imports come from.
But my question is, me being here streaming, does this count as like industrial espionage? Is this like another crime on the?
Do anybody want to roll culture to see if that does count as any crime?
Can I roll profession to see if that would be something that would get somebody in trouble?
Well, you did work for a mine. I can only relate it to your profession if you do.
Well, I mean, I don't
It wouldn't relate to manufacturing. It would relate to mining.
I'm real good at culture, so I just took a culture check.
Okay. I mean, I guess I thought of Kuzon more as like a mechanic / repair band than like a miner.
Yeah, that's much more due to like you wouldn't know the intricacies, but Prava, you did roll high culture, and you would probably know that this would be, well, it would definitely be a crime. Maybe not a major one, but it would be a crime, that's for sure.
This is probably the only chance any of you are ever gonna get to see the Crucible, so just take it all in right now.
Don't tell nobody.
Yes, tell nobody of the war crimes being committed.
Probably like aims his phone over to Kuzon and just kind of points sheepishly to the viewer count.
There's a lot of people.
Shrug.
Right, so as you keep on walking, eventually you come onto this area.
Wait, we probably couldn't show you that. We were probably next. We're on the bottom, you're on the top.
Yes, you have a bottom left. As the area splits off, not even the sound of your footsteps is really audible, but as you enter into this area, suddenly your suits register that there is in fact air.
Sorry, can I
seems
see
to be a
this
bubble.
thing bigger, please? What is this?
What is what?
What is this?
Oh. Right, so essentially you did remember getting recording that there you mentioned that there was one hostage, which was unusual given they let everybody else go, but this is what this creature looks like.
Oh my god, he's so cool! What a chill, rad dude with his red goggles and his big smiling maw.
I like that a lot.
Alright, Prava, the pirate queen, and this guy is my OTP.
Right. Well, we're still a ways away from them. I'm gonna use my comm to contact the others and say, guys, I think I've got eyes on the prisoner up ahead. See if you can't buy me some time until I can secure him.
By the way, this is what this guy looks like who's standing on the catwalk.
I'm gonna assume that's the major. Guess we don't
The
know
others, they do seem to know that you're there. They do seem to like have their weapons at the ready, but they're not opening fire.
Prava gives a friendly wave to all the people. Greetings! I've come here to report on the situation. I am your Avarp, currently streaming to millions of viewers. We've come to hear the Major's message for the galaxy.
Yes, I did enjoy your broadcast. He says as he's holding out like a device in his hand, as if to show, yes, he is watching.
If you knew where we were coming, you could have, changed the orders up, made it a little easier for us to come and spread the word.
Ours is a small resistance. Communication may have been key, but in order to cut down on your communication, we had to make sure that ours was also cut. Please step forward.
Doesn't sound ominous at all. Prava's gonna just keep on walking.
She's gonna keep low and move along.
Yep. Let me know when I should stop.
Are they?
Prava's gonna stop here.
When you said that they saw us, is it clear that they see us up in the catwalk too?
They haven't looked directly towards you, but they definitely looking towards Prava and Thiveron.
I'll creep. I'll like try to creep behind Aiden and not not get in his way.
Clitter clatter.
I'm okay at stealth.
The man who is staring down towards you, he has one of his hands free, but one is holding a flare rifle, while the other is holding a rather large two-handed, well, you can only describe it as some sort of hammer.
Prava's gonna dismiss his solar weapon and be like, we're here to talk, not to fight. I don't think the weapons are necessary. How would you like to open your statement to the galaxy?
As much as my statement would mean, I have a feeling that you have already shown and said much more than I ever could about our message.
Completely necessary.
I mean, he's gonna spot me here. I have to action roll.
Action roll. So he goes, but I shall repeat it at least one more time. And essentially he's going to go on a small speech about the fact, you know, that they are wasting away on the Adari, that if they stay here they will become much less than what they were, that they need a new home to call their own.
But the Adari's a beautiful home. I've never been to a place so robust and cultural. It's so fascinating what you managed to do. And this place will outlive the Pact Worlds. Someday, our star will meet the same fate as your world star. And the people on the Adari will be ready for that day. They'll be ready to go pioneer new worlds. Do you not see the beauty of what you built here?
Of course I see it. This ship, it was made to escape our own dying home, generations ago. He's looking towards you, Thiveron, now. You understand about a dying world, as you mentioned before on the broadcast.
Yes, but you cannot simply colonize the worlds of others. You run the risk of destroying their ways of life, as well as polluting your own.
He actually nods to what you say. We do not need to take a world. Conquering is but one option, but it is not the first.
You fail to understand that mere proximity could pollute both of your ways of life. And if your goal is to protect your way of life, you've lost.
I would prefer to have our way of life changed than stagnation.
I believe your cause is a good one, and clearly your methods have worked because we're here now. But it's time for this to end, yes? People have heard. The process will have to hurry from here, but we still must be cautious. Akiton is a rough world, and it's your best option. It's going to take a while for you to make cooperative alliances with the people there. Are you willing to go through that work?
I have seen you repeat such things before. I will make one thing clear. Our home does not need to be the Pact Worlds. This is more of a message to our own government, but if we can gain support from outside, then all the better. The fact is that we would accept any home within the vast, any place we can call our own, even if we must share it with Ishketi.
I can't
You're
speak
fine.
for the whole Pact Worlds, but I'd be happy to have your people here. You enrich our culture in such a fascinating way. Again, what you've built here is remarkable. I hope that we can follow in your example and build similar ships.
He shakes his head. Such ships lead to stagnation.
I don't
It is
agree.
simply a vessel to hold our culture until we arrive at a new home. Our
But it's
culture
already
cannot
so much
spread.
more than that. It's already, we have the resources here in the Pact World. You're not a vacuum. We can bring things in. You can put things out. You're basically a planet in your own right already.
That is not true. Nothing evolves, nothing changes, nothing is fought for. This isn't a
I mean,
planet, it is a cage.
You're evolving, you're changing. You're already so different from the people that came before. You're so different from the scared refugees that came and settled here. Look at you, taking things into your own hands, seizing the means of production. You are the evolution that you're looking for. You've already started on your way.
Exactly. And I would have the people follow in my footsteps, the Major's footsteps. It is that simple. This is but a cage, a machine. It has no life, no feeling to it. Like a display. If we wish our culture to change, adapt, and grow stronger, it needs space to grow.
Prava's kind of said all he really can on this matter. He kind of looks over to Thiveron, and then he tries not to, but he kind of glances over to Kuzon, and then kind of realizes, like, snaps back to the Major.
Well, even so, my message is now out there in the stars. More than a few people have heard, and I suspect our government will also hear. There are plenty of my people that do not wish to stay on this place much longer. Do not get me wrong, it is nice, but everyone must leave home eventually. And he's actually going to hold up some sort of device in his hand. And Kuzon, you can roll engineering if you want.
What is it? Eh. Oh.
Wow.
Your second crit fail.
Don't worry, you can't crit fail with this. So, as you look, you do find that it looks familiar. In fact, it looks very, very familiar, like a disruptor. Oh, right. And then he activates it, and Prava, your feed, is cut.
Oh no.
Well, at least you can still record, but essentially your feed to the outside is cut for now.
Hey, my chat seems to have gone dead. What was that you just did?
Just an insurance. I would like for you to cut this next section. And if you do, and hold your promise to me as opposed to the government, I will surrender willingly.
And what's that promise?
That you keep the fact that I am the Major.
But your message will go so much better if you're willing to show your face, if you're willing to step forward into the limelight. No one wants to follow someone who won't be seen.
Yeah, he shakes his head. They've already seen me. And what I mean is, I am not the Major. This entire operation was done on his behalf. His motivations carried with us. But I just wish for the world to think that he had a part in this. His name carries much more weight than my own.
But you've already accomplished so much here on your own. You don't need to hide behind someone else's name. You're a leader in your own right. But if that's the condition that you're going to put, then I won't deny you.
Thank you. You may take the... And he turns around and sees Aiden over there, and he's like, huh. It seems like I was at a disadvantage the entire time.
Again, we're not here to fight, but we're sure ready to. I'm not going to put my friends in danger without any insurance.
Kuzon, do you even pop out now?
I guess I'll pop up with my. I imagine at this point I've exo-targeted him like while they were talking. So
Yeah.
just see like a little lizard climb over the rail with like the beady orange eyes targeting him.
He's gonna give a small nod. As expected. You had done well. I can only imagine that this would have gone so much smoother if I actually was he. You may take the hostage. He wasn't exactly a hostage to begin with, but I suppose that this is the end for that. Just remember to keep your promise. And he actually tosses down the disruptor down to you.
Prava catches it with gravity hold, hovers it gently to his hand, flips it off, and brings the stream back. Like, oh, sorry guys, a little bit of technical difficulties there. We've spoken with the Major in person, and after much discussion, the riots are over for now, guys. Yeah, I'm going to close the stream here. We have a hostage to do aftercare with, a few other things to close out. And I will report back to you, chat, before the night's through. Thank you all for watching, and you have a wonderful day. And he kills the stream.
The other guy smiles, or who you thought was a major until now. Thank you. And he actually leans his weapon on the railing. And I shall keep my promise. As is my honor dictates.
I'm just glad this didn't come to blows. All this rioting, I was worried we were going to have to hurt somebody, but not a single one of your... well, not by us, anyway.
He nods. I watched. Thank you.
Kuzon, like, pipes up and crosses his arms, and it's like, what was your business, Dr. Crust?
The one we hired. Well, we hired the Jackal to give us some edge. I'm not exactly a military man. Well, not anymore. But the Jackal brought 2 others along with him. Crust and Koval.
Speaking of which, you might wanna call him off if we're gonna be chummy. He's still giving hell to the police out there.
Yes. And he's gonna get on the radio and start speaking. He seems, despite the fact that he's lost, he doesn't seem to be threatened by the fact that you guys may shoot him for doing any of these actions. He seems to be a very honor by word man. By the way, this hostage here has his mouth covered up.
I'm gonna use my knife to cut it free so he can speak if he wants to. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I got you.
Oh, thank you. That was most uncomfortable.
You'll be fine. Just stay behind me and keep your head low.
Of course. It seems like they had a misunderstanding, is all.
Why did they capture you anyway?
Apparently, they did not like the fact that I had come to the Crucible. No one is meant to be here after all, but it was for the good of science, I swear.
Yeah, sure, Doc. Whatever you say.
Wait, no one's supposed to come? Is this whole place automated?
No, but only authorized personnel. I was not authorized.
Were you looking to steal something?
Oh, no, I was currently working at the Culinarium. And, well, I needed a little something, and I knew they would not provide it so willingly. Too many forms and paperwork.
So you were here to steal then?
Borrow, and then... report it, maybe.
I thought the Crucible was for making, you know, stock guns and shit. What would a scientist want here?
Oh no, the Crucible is capable of so much more. Its manufacturing plant can make near on anything. Vehicles, weaponry. In fact, I believe the quote-unquote Major has the automation key.
Yeah, I saw a few of the rioters with guns that exploded in their arms. Honestly, not that impressed.
You see, the reason behind that, it takes a skilled technician. But as you can see, the only one skilled was, well, one of the mercenaries.
I'm gonna assume that's the good doctor that I'm gonna break his fucking hands.
Does Kuzon's ear perk up at any of this?
He's not being quiet, so you can hear.
I'm still kind of watching this guy. What are the other people here like doing? Like, are they like dropping their weapons or whatever?
Yeah, they're all dropping their weapons and preparing to head on, like, down towards you.
Okay, I'll use my grappling hook and just like rappel down from the rafters. Like rappel down from the walkway, pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
Then scramble.
Kuzon, Prava, take care of the hostage real quick. I'll go deal with the Major and his goons. And I'm gonna start taking off handcuffs because they took a lot from the van, and I'm gonna start basically patting them down for hidden weapons and cuffing them one by one.
They're surrendering willingly. Is this really necessary, Aiden?
Yes.
Oh, before I forget, I am Dr. Selick. I am a gene modification specialist, in case you ever need my services.
Oh, I know somebody who'd hate you.
As you're locking them up, by the way, then are you heading up first to cuff quote unquote the Major, or?
Well, since I'm on the ground floor, I'm gonna cuff the boys below first.
Okay, so essentially as you cuff them. As you go up top, though, the Major does stand back to allow you to get up, like, onto the ladder. And before you handcuff him, he reaches into his pocket, like he's reaching for something. And he draws out what appears to be some sort of strange key.
I'm gonna assume
It's rather
that's
large.
what the doctor down there was talking about.
Correct. A manufacturing key. And since we are now off your stream, I can now say the government isn't going to be very pleased with what you've done here, but you deserve a reward. Here, take it. If you use it, then you should be able to make something for yourselves. Using this vast system, it's automated and will deliver it to where you desire.
Well,
Vehicle.
when he mentions the stream and all that, oh yeah, that's definitely gonna change things. You see Aiden frown a little bit, but he doesn't say anything else about it. At any rate, it doesn't change the fact that you're a criminal, so you're getting cuffed.
That is fair.
Sorry, part of the job.
I did cost them quite a pretty penny.
It doesn't matter to me if the government's angry at me. It doesn't matter if they pursue me for this. The Pact world needed to hear what happened here.
I would not worry about them pursuing you. After all, the government isn't all one side.
Well, can we expect a quick boot to the ass to get off the station? Aiden just laughs at his own humor. Because he fully expects that we're gonna have a crew for us waiting and literally pointing at the airlock. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, are we gonna be able to do that smuggling job after this, by the way? Gonna kind of have a lot of eyes on us.
The Doyen are not exactly... well, they will not bother you too much.
I think if I learned one thing from all this is that the Doyen are a super conservative bunch. Doesn't seem to act without months of talk.
I will say that is true. Their decisions take far too long, but there are some within their number that understand.
Let's hope that they can be more vocal now that all this has come to light.
By the way, Ash, I quickly wanna pat the quote-unquote Major down, and I'm specifically looking for keys to a vehicle or anything else.
He does not seem to have keys to a vehicle. He does have a small data pad on him, a small pistol.
That's alright, I don't need to know about anything else. I'm gonna look him in the eyes and frown again. You never planned on getting out of here.
Was that too obvious? Even if I did leave, there'd be no point. My place is here with my people.
You said that you and your boys are doing this for the Major. Does he know what you're doing? Or are you just assuming he's gonna like this?
He shakes his head. I can tell that he probably wouldn't have wanted it so rashly. However, even if I assume his name, I'm still my own person.
From what you said, I can only assume that you really respect whoever this Major guy is. So you went over his head despite that.
He gives a slow nod, as if knowing exactly what you're saying.
Do you think that the Major's gonna be angry at us for letting you use his name?
He shakes his head. No. For what he is, he did believe in this cause. You may even find it amusing how it was done. We hardly had any say in the matter, in fact.
Aiden looks very unamused with how this man has done things, because in his eyes he's a fanatic. The fact that he would go to such a length, like he literally has nothing to gain from this, and even the person he's doing it for is probably gonna be angry at him. So Aiden just scoffs at him and doesn't say anything else, and he actually starts heading down with the key.
Despite what you may think, everybody moved to his name, he says as you walk away, Aiden.
That's because they
Wait,
moved to a lie.
And they are gonna line up here, essentially. Like where Thiveron is.
Okay.
I certainly hope that next time you act, you do it in your own name. I think you have a lot to provide in your own, and borrowing someone else's name is a discredit to you.
I would have if I knew it would be broadcast to so many.
Well, next time there's trouble going down, you can expect old Avrep to show up and let the galaxy know.
Psst. Hey Doc, I'm gonna dangle the key in front of him. You still wanna get what you came here for? How's about we make a deal?
Ah, what kind of deal?
Well, way I see it, none of us know how to work this thing. How's about we scratch your back, you scratch our back, and it's like, you know, we never met.
I only know how to create concoctions. You know, formulas and their respective elements. You would need an engineer who would know the intricacies of such a machine.
And I look towards Kuzon.
Hey, didn't Kuzon
sorry.
get blueprints for the mech? Didn't he specifically, like, ask for those whenever we were...
Not from Meg, but he did get a bunch of blueprints from the museum.
That's true, that's true.
Kuzon like is like looking at his knuckles and his metal hand, and like looks up to Aiden casually, as it's like, oh, I didn't notice you were standing there. Did you say a mechanic who knows how things work?
I'm just gonna drop the key and be like, don't be snide with me, get to work.
So, I'm going to tell you straight up how this reward's going to work. Each of you has a instant level 2 item that you can create. Any item at all, even magic items, apart from artifacts and such. However, if you desire, you may add up your respective item levels. Each item level you give levels up the item that you can create by 1.
So for instance, there's 4 of us, so that means we get 4 level 2 items, but if we sacrifice 2 of those level items, we can get instead a level 4 item and 2 level 2 items. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Those level 2 items, that doesn't include like vehicles and stuff, does it?
Yes, it does. This is a crucible. You can create anything.
Just so we're clear, Ash, you realize we can't make this decision now because we literally have tons of lists to go through, right?
Yeah, don't worry. The fact the manufacturer has to... The manufacturer? 40k.
I was gonna say, what?
Yeah. The Emperor of Mankind.
I was gonna say, we're all fucked.
No, the Crucible is capable of making it, but it still takes time. So while it's making it, it will essentially it'll essentially deliver it to your ship when it's completed.
Okay, good,
So,
good.
in other words, this will give time for you to make it. We'll just say that you created it now and put in your orders.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So normally you would be able to make anything, but this is probably the only like thing you could probably sneak through, sort of deal, you know?
Right, Google most expensive level 2 item. Enter.
The best thing.
I have an
I'm
idea
being a
for
big
something that I'm looking for if somebody wants to pool resources.
What were you thinking?
It was something I had my eye on called the Cherav. It's a vehicle.
Oh, the
It's-
like anti-gravity person carrier type thing.
So it's like it's a thing that has like a 50-mile-per-hour hover speed, but so like it can hover over water and stuff, and it's really good at battering things. Like you can spend a resolve point when you batter something with it to reduce the damage that it takes.
Hmm.
And what level is it?
It's a level 4 item.
Remember, you do have Sam's level 2 item as well to spend. I'm going to say that you can just spend that.
Honestly, I'm assuming that Sam's gonna be pretty okay with a decision like that if you wanna pull that vehicle, and that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think you like it. It has a lot of space on it. It has enough room for 7 passengers, so it should. I don't know what it looks like though, but like 50 foot. When it says speed 15 feet, full 450, and then 50 feet or 50 miles per hour hover. So that means that it can
It's
go
an
like
anti-grav. But yeah, we can discuss this after the session. Shall we move on? No
I'm
problem. So essentially, you guys work on all of that and promptly head on out of Crucible, I suspect, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
The brightness of Iadari once again hits you as the police are guiding some of the rioters into vans and their drones are helping them out. You can see Rook basically waiting for you guys currently.
Hey Rook, everything alright? Any casualties?
No, in fact, all the Jackal did was hold us off against all of us.
Yeah. Well, luckily his orders weren't to engage you guys, so I'm assuming he was just a pest. Good to see you're in one piece. That got a little hairy there for a while.
Thankfully, they were disorganized.
By the way, was that chuckle in character? Because whoever did that, Aiden's gonna stare at you.
No, that was me. I chuckled. Rook chuckled.
I thought somebody chuckled when I said the situation got hairy. That's no laughing matter.
Rook did chuckle. Yeah, he chuckled like, yeah, no kidding. Like it was rough.
Oh,
Well-
I guess I should return these to you. And he starts giving him back some of the equipment that I got back, plus rubber bullets and shit.
Yes, we already dragged away Riot Mech. He sounds a bit down about that one.
they had a big laser cannon and they overclocked it.
So essentially, he's like putting like all the stuff away and getting help. He's like, "I see you captured the leader as well. Good job." And he's actually staring at you guys, as if he's not sure what to say next.
Aiden looks towards Prava and says nothing.
Yeah, I think about it. It was as clean as it could get, you know? No casualties. Everyone got what they wanted. The Crucible's back in action. The protesters' message was heard. I think everyone can be happy with these results.
Yes, everyone. Sadly, you won't be being paid for this operation.
Yeah, I kinda saw this coming.
I'm sorry, but the deal was we stop the riots and the riots are stopped.
According to, well, Rado Yen, the job was to quell the riots and keep them under wraps. I believe streaming it to millions of people around the Pact Worlds forfeits your payment. He seems uncomfortable telling you this, by the way.
You see that at that point, Aiden puts a hand on his shoulder. It's alright, man. I saw this coming. Don't feel bad.
Well, I'm definitely not gonna blame you for it.
I think you do need something. I tell you what. Here.
Kuzon leans in.
He's like, here, take this. And he has a small holographic strip with him, and he's offering out to one of you to take.
Aiden's not
Gimme.
taking that.
What is it? Gimme.
As Kuzon searches it, you see there is a group invitation to the Culinarium.
The car? You say the Carnarium?
The Culinarium. You know, culinary? Culinarium. If you wish, you can roll culture, or Thiveron could probably tell you, since he's lived here.
Well, we've already talked about the Culinarium being the super fancy restaurant on the planet that you have to have reservations weeks in advance to get into.
Alright,
Okay,
Rook,
but
spill
thing
the
is-
beans. How the hell do you have access to something like that?
Well, it's not just an invitation. He says he gestures towards it on the back. It's actually an invitation to the Grand Feast. Something that's only held about twice a year. And it's meant to have all the best chefs in the Pact Worlds.
Prava knows what his second ever live stream is gonna be.
It's not until, well, a few months down the line, but I'm sure you'll find use for it.
I'll just hand it to. I'll just like Kuzon like grabbed it, was super excited, and looked at it, and then saw what it was, and he just like he kind of shrinks a bit and just slowly hands it to Prava. Just
I'm gonna
Happy
look.
bug noises.
I'm gonna look back towards Rook with a more serious face and say, "There's not gonna be repercussions for you, right? I mean, you are kind of on board with us here. You're not gonna lose your badge or something, are you?"
Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. The chief of security isn't that much of a hard ass. Besides, as you can probably tell, since you said where he got it from last time, he gestures towards a ticket. I have some connections. And he smiles before turning around. He actually taking off like his riot gear helmet and stuff right now.
That reminds me, I gotta go check on the boys. You guys can wrap things up without me, right? Gotta make sure my boys are alright. I'll see you guys in a bit.
As you leave, he gives you a nod and the rest of you, and he says, "Thank you for taking care of this situation." As you notice, he's a much older Catherine than you expected at first. Given that he was wearing his riot suit since the beginning, you can see his face, and he's simply smiling, comfortable with what happened as he gets into the truck and starts to drive off.
Kuzon will like put up one thing. Before you leave, what do you guys do with junked equipment? Are you know, if you gotta get rid of some scrap parts, you know.
Normally it's led to the crucible to get repurposed and, well, broken down.
Alright. I'd ask. At least like delivered it onto the doorstep.
But yeah, Rook starts to drive away. Content.
He's alright. Hopefully we'll get to see him again. He's very reliable in combat.
I should have taken it.
It's okay,
way,
man.
you
We'll
can
get you
hear-
a mech some other day.
You can hear that a few of the people, as they're getting put into the vans and stuff, they're like, "Former Major Essa, yeah! We won!" Like they're very happy.
We won!
Prava's happy that they're happy. As far as Prava's concerned, everybody won today.
Can't wait for the government to just herd them all into the red corridors and forget about them.
Yeah, why do you think that Oso wanted to get that done?
So how are the zero risk lads? Any casualties? Anybody hurt? They alright?
They're patching themselves up. They had to go through a few battles themselves, but they're not exactly too badly hurt. They're still movable.
Good, good. Well, considering we got screwed on this job, thanks Prava, I am going to make sure to pay them from my personal funds.
You can see Bro and I go, don't worry, boss. It's fine. We'll just call this, we'll just take a slightly bigger share from the, the pest control job.
That's fine.
Call this extra work.
That's fine. You deserve a bonus. Make sure everybody gets a round of drinks tonight.
We'll do. Look after yourself. We're gonna head back towards the ship.
Sure thing. I'll see you guys later.
He gives a wave, starts patting people on the back and guiding them off towards the elevators.
Finally. Aiden takes out the smoke and starts smoking. What a long day. And he's gonna go back to the rest of the party. And he's just gonna keep smoking and staring blankly into the sky. Well, quote-unquote sky.
Well, the other farm that's on the other side.
Yeah.
You can see some people harvesting their crops.
Kuzon's just like, I was this close to meeting Dr. Kruss. I didn't even get an autograph.
Trust me, you didn't miss anything.
Not a very personable guy, to be honest with you. I think you can, I don't think you have to worry.
If you want, I can get you an autograph. And as you turn around, you see the jackal just standing there with his arms open.
Jackal?
I mean, he's a chump and his technology stinks. Kuzon crosses his arms.
Aren't you a wanted criminal or something right now?
What do you mean? I was hired as a mercenary.
I spit my cigar out and stomp it with my foot. You still working?
No, I'm not. You can see, despite you can't see his face, you always tell that he's smirking away.
Aiden just puffs out the smoke and looks disgruntled. I'm out of here. I need to hit a bar.
Hey, Aiden, let's not be rude here. We're all in the same business here. We all finished our jobs. Some of us got paid for it. Why don't we all go out for drinks?
Aiden just waves you off and just fucks off.
Don't worry about him. But anyway, I must get going. Just remember, they can't legally do anything to you for what you did. Mercenary work works like that. Mercenaries can't be blamed for what their governments do, and governments can't be blamed for what their mercenaries do. It's a nice system, he says as he starts to walk off.
Yeah, for the mercenaries, I get, but it sounds like the common people are kind of screwed by that arrangement.
Yeah, kinda. That's just how it works in real life. Woohoo! Hot take.
Fucking asshole thinking he's hot shit or something. He's lucky I didn't
Wait
run into
a
him when I
minute.
was about to take a shot at him.
Slow down, Ash. Was some of the things that we did today supposed to be some kind of political commentary?
No, it wasn't. It's Yadari.
You're right.
I mean, it's not like the fucking immigrants literally, built a wall and somebody else was gonna pay for it. I don't know.
No, that's not. It's literally politics within the world. I'd never do outside politics, ever. I can't be fucked.
This is where the jackal takes off the helmet and he has orange hair and stuff,
I did a great job. Anyway.
Oh, it was wonderful. It was so good.
It was wonderful. It was so good. I did all the swords. No one better than me.
Little Play-Doh. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Okay, so I suspect you guys are gonna head on back to your ship.
Aiden's heading to the nearest water hole so he can drown himself in some liquor after the shitty day he just had.
Prava doesn't have to eat anymore, but he's still hungry after that hard day of, fighting for what's right.
Gonna go on back to the grill place.
Can't visit the same restaurant twice on a ship like the Adari. We gotta go find somewhere new, exciting.
That's true. You're next to the city. Here we have, I believe, 1.5 days into the package delivered, which I suspect you guys gonna do anything in those 1.5 days while we're here?
Well, tonight getting drunk, tomorrow probably back to the temple for more fisticuffs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Prava's probably gonna visit the Solarians tomorrow. He has a new power now that he just discovered. He wants to play with it some more.
All right. Anyone else? Thiveron, what's you're gonna be doing for the next 1.5 days?
Thiveron is probably going to follow Aiden to the temple just to be his backup heel for when he eventually gets the shit kicked out of him again.
I got this, man. This time I'm not gonna pull any punches. I'll fucking wreck your shit.
Given that he's several CRs above you, I'm going to suspect that the ending is going to be the same. And what about you, Kuzon? What are you doing for the next 1.5 days?
It would be a combination of whatever the item we settle on getting, which for my case, I know I'm going to get some kind of vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be working tinkering with it, tuning it, everything like that. And I'll also be basically Kuzon's gonna focus on ordering supplies for the next jobs. Like he's kind of now that's like a day away, he's gonna pretty much he's gonna be on the ship sticking his nose into his work and making sure they have everything they need.
All right. We can play some of that out right now, so we're prepared to take off next time if you desire.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, of course, you guys first go off to have a meal, enjoy yourselves in the city. You can see everything going about happily. About when it starts getting towards nighttime, you get a sudden call. Apparently, someone's trying to contact you.
Who, me?
Yes, you, Kuzon. Since you're the one at the ship.
Yeah, I imagine I'll be Kuzon will have his goggles on. He was firing off on a welder or something like that, and then I'll just click the button and it's be like yellow, and I'll keep working.
Hello, is this for surveillance?
Yes. Kuzon's hesitating because he's not used to being the person who answers calls.
It's me, for one you're delivering the package for.
Ah, yes. Both Kuzon and the player are struggling to remember his name. You.
Yes, me. You remember my name, right?
What a dick!
I have it written down somewhere. And Kuzon's like, you got the package?
Yeah, but there's a small thing, tiny thing. By the way, if you don't know, my name's Vabufel Bracco G.
Ah, Vabufel, of course. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, not important. The packages are ready, but there's a small change in the plans.
I don't like surprises, Vabufel.
I'm sorry, it's not exactly change. It's just the location where you're taking them.
I don't know if if we have a screen or not, but Kuzon lowers his goggles and like gives like an annoyed stare at the screen. Where are we taking it?
Yes. Instead of Absalom, Absalom security, way too tough. Akitan is also apparently out. Too many bandits and stuff. Horrid place, really. No offense. But there is another place. Vises. God, it's so hard to say. You know the planet with two poles, one desert and one ice? That planet.
Okay. I'm kind of like bringing up like an image of it. It's like, where's the facility we're dropping this thing at?
One moment, I'll bring you over here. It's the facility. Yes, it's a privately owned building in the ring. It's a privately owned building. It's almost next to the desert part of the place. And what you got to do is take it there, land, drop it off, leave. Simple. And for this inconvenience, I promised, and I've got it. I've got your money ready for like when you deliver it. They'll all be paid, and they're also ready for favors.
Excellent. Yes, that is the good part of what we're doing. So he just shrugs. It's like, so we just take the box there, we leave it on a marked point in the ground, we get the hell out.
Yes, all you have to do is land on the building's landing pad, drop off the package, and then leave. And then I pay you.
Can Thiveron take a sense motive? Seeing as how this was unexpected. And last time we weren't contacted by any other client, it was just...
Well, hold on, because didn't you go with Aiden to the temple? Would this happen at that same time, or would this...
Oh, if this is happening at the same time, then never mind.
I would say it's more or less overall. I just had him contact Kuzon because he's always at the ship. So if anybody is out or coming in, like you guys have, your own daily lives you go about during this time. So you can be there if you want.
If he's changing the job description, that's gonna cost him extra.
Did you want to make a sense motive or?
Yeah, if I can be there.
Yeah, sure. I would say so. It's up to you.
Well, I'd say like, because Kuzon would answer the phone, right? And then when he's like talking about the job, Kuzon would like basically turn it into a meeting. Like, I don't think Kuzon would, like, yeah, I'll accept the full, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not so bold as to be like, yeah, I speak for the entire group. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you basically make a group call like we're now, essentially. Yeah, okay. So you would sense move. Essentially, this guy, he's on video call. You can see how he's moving. He's just as nervous as before, but he doesn't like this change of plans as much as you do. Like, it's sudden. He's new at this, and he's nervous. That's the plan. Apparently, they have a private building there. So?
Change of plans costs you extra.
I can't afford extra.
Well, that's a damn shame now, isn't it?
But I got you full money. I can't afford any more.
What about that little thing I asked you for? Did you manage to find a buyer?
Yeah, I did.
Tell you what, you don't get a cut off of it and you're okay in my book.
I decrease it to only a 10% cut.
Deal.
Okay.
Well, up to you guys. I don't mind taking the job anyway. We desperately need the cash, let's be real.
Who owns this private building? Are you able to give us that information?
Well, as mentioned before, It's the people who wanted the specimens for research, positive research, finding out about what happened. The only reason apparently you can't go to Absalom is because their security has gotten really tight.
I don't want to pull my spaceship onto their front lawn and get found out, charged for trespassing or anything like that. It's like, where, who is the person that's going to be there? Or is there anybody going to be there?
They will probably have somebody there to confirm that you landed and delivered. Yes. The people who are using it, the scientists, that's where they are. Not exactly an organization. They're just, with an Epsilon research team. Anyway, yeah. What's happening is they are with a Xeno warden. So if you see a Xeno warden there, then you know it's the right place.
All right, but if they give us any trouble, we're failing.
I understand.
Yeah, this works for me. It's
by the way, what planet did he said that we need to deliver them to now? Real quick?
Verses.
Verses.
Okay. That's fine. I don't mind going there.
Fuck. After the call, Thiveron is going to do something. Hold on. Just making sure it works the way I think it does.
Exciting.
Thiveron is sketched out by the way this guy is acting. So I'm going to cast Augury. And on a 75% chance to see if something we're going to be doing in the immediate future is going to be good or bad for us. Yeah, you just tell me it's a well, a woe, a well and woe, or nothing.
Okay.
On a 75% chance.
Okay, so roll me 1d100 then.
By the way, out of character question, for the reward, can I choose 2 level 1 items, or is like 1 level 2 item?
Yeah, you can. You can split up your items, because then you can stick them as a enhancement or something like that. And yeah, I think you got that. So, essentially, it says, well.
So well, as if it's going to bring good results.
Yes.
Okay, that puts
Your
me at ease a little bit.
Your question was, is it good for you guys? Yeah, just so I'm clear.
Yeah, only if it's going to bring good or bad results, or both.
Yeah, you said to us. Yeah. Yeah, I remember now. So yes, well.
Okay, that sets Thiveron at ease a little bit. And I'm gonna have to think of a good way to roleplay that, because that's kind of weird to just go, boom. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty good. So.
So yes, what are you doing? Meditating on it?
Yeah, so he spends a little while meditating on it. I'm sure he probably sketched everybody else out too. But then he's gonna, while he's walking with Aiden to the temple, he's gonna talk to Aiden about it and say like, well, that guy seemed a little more nervous than usual.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go off on a limb here. And it's not his idea to change where this shit gets delivered. Somebody must have somehow pressured him into doing this. For my money, this is a typical setup for an ambush.
I consulted the mystic readings, and the omens are good for us, but we should still be careful.
Of course they're good for us. If they ambush us, I'm taking them for all they're worth.
Thiveron just nods and says, well, that would be good.
By the way, we didn't have much of a chance to talk, considering all hell broke loose today, but how are you holding up, man? I mean, we did kind of get way over our heads thanks to Prava stream and everything. You gonna be alright after this?
Things are good. I have the first leads on my master in years. I will take the good and the bad.
Yeah, good man. That's how you survive in this fucking universe, I guess. You gotta take the good with the bad.
Besides, I've been able to record some exciting stories that I could use later on.
I hope none of them mention me turning into a fucking dog.
Thiveron looks at you straight-faced and says, Talbot would not appreciate a lie.
But maybe you can bend the truth a little bit. Come on, cut the brother some slack.
I'm gonna Kuzon's just gonna do a quick Google search to see if there's any videos posted online of him being a dog.
Well, like, Thiveron just tells you, no promises, but I will try. But in his mind, he knows that the Akashic record of the entire universe will hold a story where Aiden Pendragon was a dog.
Oh god.
This is your karma for making fun of Thiveron being a dog so much.
It will be recorded in the divine records of the universe.
I just want to imagine that, like, for the next day or so, when Kuzon, like, takes a break from work and is bored, he looks up, like, a meme video of Aiden being a dog. I just sent it to you.
Exactly. Just a gif of him being a dog and whacking someone. Doosh.
And it's like kung fu dog.
Prava, by the way, missed all this conversation about changing the location of the job because he's been sitting in his room all day clipping parts of the stream, like finding like all like the best highlights to upload to his UsTube channel.
Silver Mama always likes every single post. I think. Do you think that's a good place to stop for today?
Yeah, that seems alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alright, we're gonna stop here for today then.